Now, as United States sees a surge in the number of cases with more than 900 cases reported in just last 24 hours, the White House has called for stricter measures. Donald Trump's latest press briefing showed a more somber United States president, a reflection on the gravity of the current situation in the country.
My administration is recommending that all Americans, including the young and healthy, work to engage in schooling from home when possible, avoid gathering in groups of more than 10 people, avoid discretionary travel, and avoid eating and drinking at bars, restaurants, and public food courts.
Donald Trump also said that the government has a month-long battle ahead of themselves. The U.S. president also believed if they deal with the virus on a war footing, it may end in the month of July.
That if we do a really good job, we'll not only hold the death down to a level that is much lower than the other way, had we not done a good job. But people are talking about July, August.
But amid the outbreak, Donald Trump said that postponing U.S. elections is unnecessary. This comes even as Ohio's governor called for the state's presidential primary vote to be delayed.
Big thing, postponing an election. I think to me that really goes to the heart of what we're all about. I think postponing an election is a very tough thing. I know they're doing, because they've been in touch with us, they're doing it very carefully. They're spreading people out at great distances, as you can see. And I think they'll do it very safely. I hope they do it very safely. But I think postponing elections is it's not a very good thing. They have lots of room in a lot of the electoral places, and I think that they will do it very well. But I think postponing is unnecessary.
The White House has also introduced coronavirus mitigation measures. Measures have been put in place for reporters at the White House. They include temperature checks before entry, as well as social distancing efforts such as limited seating in the press briefing room. Meanwhile, coronavirus cases in New York City have reached 463. New York has the largest cluster of coronavirus cases in the United States, recording 7 deaths so far. Yesterday, New York announced the closing of all restaurants, cafes and non-essential businesses. New York's Times Square, which is usually full of tourists, also looked empty as New York strengthened its restrictions. Washington, D.C.'s famous destinations also wore an empty look. Very few people could be seen at major landmarks, including the White House and Washington Monument. Well-known streets in Los Angeles area were also devoid of people. The busy promenade, as well as numerous restaurants and bars, were almost empty after Los Angeles ordered the closure of businesses. Despite the U.S. government warning to avoid gatherings of more than 10 people, beachgoers packed the Florida seaside, while some cities in the state, like Miami Beach, have shut public beaches to try and slow the spread of the virus. Others kept them on.